Okay, so somebody sent me a daily chart with my template, so I got to answer this question. The question is, this market, I think it's the guppy, has been going up for 2 months. How do I trade it? This is the daily chart. Well, actually, now he's trading the limit entry system, I think. I think he has buy limits below, sell limits above. Certainly the proper situation. So if you're going to trade it every day, I'd say drill down on the exact time frame that you're going to want to trade. On the daily, the setups come few and far between. The question is how many pips you're trying to make and how long you want to be in the trade. I think this is a 100 pip grid, so let's picture, well, just right now, I guess. Yeah, I would, for myself, I would choose an 8-hour window and decide how many K you want to be in. So if you want to trade single K tickets and you're going to get an 80K with 160K possibly filling, and you've got 10 pip stops, you're going to risk $200, right? That's a pretty tight stop. Probably won't survive it. So I go for the breakfast blend, Colombian Supremo, Kenya Double A. Just give me something that's nice and down the middle of the road. Moving averages. But yeah, thanks for sending this chart, I think I know the guy that sent it. The thing is, I think you got a swap running here. Like, I think it looks like you're have the swap data available, or you're in a swap. Like, there's swap bots out there that just take advantage of the carry interest, overnight interest. And I get it, you're skimming, you're making I like to make a lot of money all at once. And of course, try not to lose a lot of money all at once, but I get very excited about trading. So my downfall is that since I do have the scripts available, it's as if I have a fireworks factory and I'm like, hey, wouldn't it be fun to, no, let's not do that. So, it's fun to be, I hate to say it, but in the car and reach over and double click a trade in the tablet as you're hot spotting and you're thinking, I'm a genius. This is a great trade. So, but I have so many little trades, right? So I have a BB gun and I'm shooting up the neighborhood. Okay. I'm not really doing that, but in essence, what I'm doing is, real estate wise, I picture the metaphor for me that's a perfect fit, that makes sense of it all, is the kind of, I guess I'm against the market. I don't agree how long it's taking to get to the target. I don't agree that it should go sideways before it goes bursting. So I don't agree with the 80% rule of choppiness, This is the hardest thing, right? That's the part of the relationship where it's not going anywhere. And there's these giant freak out hellscapes into the void, And when the market goes into the abyss, and now here it's going, it just keeps going. The only way to approach this is to ask yourself, do you want to trade like 3 days a week, or do you want to just let the market decide how many days a week you're going to trade? Because the way your tickets are spaced out, that the possibility of fill needs to be part of your estimation if you're going to trade on the time system. If you're going to time the market, you're saying, I don't believe you can come up with this fucking price by then. So you're constantly moving the goalposts. Right? This is everything you're not supposed to do in the real world, you have to do in the market. So sad to say, the hardest thing is to fucking defy your nature, which is to be a good person, blah, blah, blah. And that's just not the way it is, because It's a tactical situation of time meets price. Price and time. So you hear that all the time, price and time. Well, if it goes sideways for fucking, my buddy and I used to say, my tequila buddy, we just couldn't believe how choppy the market was. So we used to get pissed off and say, like, dude, how much longer? Like, are these people going to make up their mind? And when it did take off, it was just a fake out. And now it's just a bigger range. I would say 80% to 90%. I'm going to give it 85, 88%. The market is bullshit. Look at the closing price on this chart. And look at the house cleaning of 100 pips, stem to stern, 200 pips, stem to stern. If you have the tactical ability to place limit orders, now granted, you can't trade the left side of the chart, but we're going to do it in the just the obvious time window is critical to the situation. Are your orders going to expire in 12 hours? Like, when can you get to your chart and see if the market has made it to your target of entry? So don't do this empowered trading bullshit. These ass clowns they actually were dumb enough to make the mistake of relying on one fucking tool. It's like that guy that decided to go check out the Titanic in his fucking wonderful cylindrical graphite built piece of fucking implodable shit. And he's like, yeah, we're so cutting edge. Yeah, it's called bleeding edge, and you're just going to blow everybody up. But don't let that, harsh your melon for the sake that the guy is totally, let's face it, you want for 500 grand, you can ride on my implodable submarine. I'm surprised he didn't put a Beatles yellow submarine on and paint the fucking thing yellow. Now that would have been, I'd be like, dude, this guy, he may be fucking absolutely out of his mind, but he's going out in style. So I feel like the market, MT4, and I've been experimenting quite a bit with the EAs now. And I think I've got an EA that I can show you that makes sense. I mean, it's doing the technique I'm doing, but it's doing mechanically like a fucking moron, right? It just keeps doing the same you said do that, I'll do that. Without regard to the abyss. I think the only people that can, I don't think AI can't see the abyss, but maybe there's a way to tell it. Look at, dude, you're coming into a 5-year, like, don't try to short Bitcoin. Don't try to short anything. Don't try to short gold unless you think your target. Now, that's just on one ticket. I got it, but honestly, don't torture yourself with the empowered trading view of life. Is that you have a Gartley pattern and you have this one setup and you can place one fucking ticket on the head of a pin and the market's going to touch that entry. Like, you're going to get on a limit too. You're going to actually do, like, I mean, the fact that nobody wants to risk any money is so fucking preposterous to the fact that you're trading. And I know that's difficult, but, nobody wants to talk about that. Yeah, you're just going to get creamed sometimes if you step in too big into a fucking abyss. There's nothing to bail you out of that. You're standing in front of a fire hose saying, why am I getting wet? No, fuck it. How not? So the thing is, I don't have the patience for trading, so I decided I would just I can't watch it all day. So when I go to sleep, I throw some limits in there so that when I look at my phone, when I roll over, and if you see I've been filled on something, I go, well, that hit my, like, some people put a horizontal line in there for support, I just put a ticket in there so I can see if it got hit. That's my, like, I want an alert. Yeah, I'm down $3, 30 pips on this 1K. That's an alert to me. I see how many tickets are filling on the phone. So what I do is I load the tickets on the computer or the tablet, and then I just look at the phone to see, well, am I right or wrong? Like, and the, on the yen, if you're stepping into a 3-year void, so go look at the yen. If it steps into a 50-year low and it's 8 o'clock at night and you're there, I almost guarantee you it's going to it may rip. I mean, certainly what it could do is touch a 10 pip window, reverse, and that's the bottom for the next 5 years. That is true. But it's probably going to fucking start melting into the window. It's going to cascade. It's going to go hyperbolic down. It's going to be outrageous, right? This is how it is. So here I'm thinking, let's zoom in. So I'm not a person that's going to wait. Like, I'm not long this fucker for a month. I mean, if you are, then you're in a very small position. And you've got a lot of time. You're going to wait 2 months to get paid. There's no fucking way. I want to get paid every 8 hours. Like, so Thursday, jobs report came out. Giant buy, and the euro's been pounded down. The euro's smashed down by that fucking wick on the news. Super drama when Trump talked about this and that, or they were going to fire this guy. But before they said they were going to fire this guy and the market went ballistic, the market had gone sideways in this congestion, this classic consolidation triangle that people talk about, a flag. Yes, if you could be a goober and put a buy stop at the top of a flag in a bull market and just let it, make a robot that does that. It won't work, right? Because the spike is a different size every time and a different duration every time. So it's like saying lightning's not just going to strike twice. Like, it's like you trying to catch lightning in a bottle with a Gartley pattern. Just think about how fucking retarded that is. I know people want to think like that. And so if you look into the way that people are trading, it's no different than the way people vote, right? For, just give me handouts. And they're like, well, where's my handout? And they're like, dude, like, the truck, are you serious? Like, really? No, it's not going to work. But it's funny. It's like kids showing up with paper mache fucking sledgehammers trying to take you down, right? I saw some guy talking about the market, that the Trump people made money on the spike and they pumped and dumped it. Listen, man, you got to still be able to get in and out of that trade. This bullshit about it's a pump and dump and they manipulate the market. If you could manipulate the market, I mean, even if you knew where the market was going to go, trust and believe, I'm going to tell you right now, I knew where the market was going to go one day because my broker was fucking about 10 minutes slow. And they let me trade. And my other broker was ahead of him by 10 minutes. And I still fucked up the trade. I couldn't wait to put the fucking trade on because I'm looking at the other broker going, yeah, but look, what about this price? So it's really easy to distort things. But even for the trend traders, if you're the trend trader guy and imagine you're Mr. Patient, you trade a $1 zillion position and you only put on one fucking trade with a 200 pip stop to make 1,000 pips, and that's your trade. You do that once a year. Okay, this is for the extreme. This is the absolute opposite of what I'm doing is just granular. So having like 10 girlfriends because each one has a trait that's really cool, and the other ones you're like, don't turn around. Just face that other direction, and it's good. You can be part of the. Isn't that what those guys do? They have the 10 wife thing. Those guys are really just, that's my religion. Just fucking all these women. It's amazing. You try it. Just try it. So I'm looking at it like this. Current situation. If you had to, call out the trade here. And I don't know if I'm right because I don't really follow this market. I don't even know what the fuck market this is. But let's take a look at this. We're doing, let's see the trade we missed first. I would have had buy limits in here. Constantly having them there, right? So as the market's tanking, this is a daily chart, right? As it tanks into this thing, every 10 pips, right? So figure out how much money you have. I would kind of want to get in here because I want to buy the first fucking vacuum. Here, it never came down. Well, you'd also have to have not just limits. You got to trade at the market sometimes, right? When you see a top become a bottom like this, like the guy was talking about a setup, trading setups, that's a fucking setup. So is this, right? Pulls back. Maybe this is some 618 bullshit Gartley in here. Got a stop down here. Not me. I got buy limits in here. I just sit back and go, yeah, bring it. Nice pullback. Let me just buy all that shit all the way to here. In fact, let me just buy all this shit all the way to here. This is my view of trading. Let me sell all this shit up here and see what happens. I don't know what the fuck's going to happen. So inside of here are scalps coming back the other way. As my tequila buddy would say, think about it. All right, so you got to have a couple scalps. You got a couple of swings. Comes back. Targets set to come back to the top. Here's your targets. Here's your stops up here. And you're looking for this scenario. It punches up. Comes back. Maybe it dicks around. But because it's dicking around, you've got scalps in here of 10, 20, 30 pips, right? Intermingled. Overall, you're selling into this, but you got to make some kind of money because you're in the market. You've got to carry those little fucking items that people just want to buy that bullshit stuff at the register. Like if you own a store, you can't just fucking sell the big couch. Oh, he's fine, sold that fucking couch. You got to have all this bullshit, right? All this bullshit. Here's the flag, the setup. This is the consolidation. Top become a bottom. Okay, I'm waiting for this fucking pullback. Do I load the wagon and put a stop down there? Sure. What's your ratio? Oh, some ungodly fucking target, Did you trade that? No. I ain't got time for that shit. That's daily chart. Now, no nonsense guy, he'd be all over that fucking trade. In fact, if I went to the Discord over there, they'd be like, yeah, man. I mean, like, dude, the market's fucking going nuts every half hour. Why would I fucking wait for that fucking setup? That's only my view, and that's why people, that's why I'm not a trend trader, at least on a daily chart. I mean, look at this fucker. About a fucking 40 pip pullback, and then, but I would have traded this thing. I would have traded all that shit. I wouldn't discriminate against any of these fucking moves. I mean, God, geez, people, look at this one. It would just absolutely never lets up. Like, here's your, I would say this is your, you missed out here. This is one of these more oversold at a higher price. So when you see a big move down and you're above, you're just up, right? Like, it's not a move down here. You see a fucking pull. And then, look at this. It went doji. Like, this is the ultimate trend trader's entry here. So is this. But how do you get in that without getting stopped out? If you buy here with a 100 pip stop, you get stopped out. If you sell here to make this move, right? If you sold here and you go, yeah, dude, and then they stopped me out, and then, like, look, I was right. It went down. But then it came back. So this whole whipsaw thing here, that is just a spike scalper's dream. Insane volatility. wiping out all these tickets up here, cleans house, comes back to the house cleaning, revisits the house cleaning. Yeah, she cleaned. She took your credit card. It wasn't just you're just the maid. She actually took your credit card. Sorry, sorry, Charlie. So, almost 200 pips rip back to the starting gate. Think about that. If you had the balls to step in here and sell that and be like, dude, fuck them. And now this is all in one day by just by the news. Right? Probably the news came out. There's probably some vacuum to the left. I can't see on this chart, but I suspect there's a vacuum way the fuck to the left that'll blow your mind. So how do you know what the phase of the market right now is total climax? I would only sell it up here on limits and buy it on limits. Maybe, more selling than buying though. I like to totally go against what's going on. This is my personality, I guess. Total contrarian. I'd say an angry contrarian if I had to dial it in. But yeah, I want to be selling up here this bullshit. Seriously selling up here. And it comes back and I go, oh, look at that. I'm kind of just doing a bullfighting thing, like this is the bull, this is the blanket, the blankie. And then it's a bullfighter thing, really. Now, I guess it's a bear fighter when it's coming down, right? Like this. I'm actually a bear hugger. I think I consider myself a bear hugger on the way down. This is my favorite entry, actually. The pullback. We just assume these are all fucking killer prices. Everything underneath here, after a big move up, that's probably my favorite. Somebody's asking what my whatever strategy is. I say big move up. In fact, I just made a robot that does this trade. It says what is the direction of the last, and it has a filter. If it's from, so I actually made the robot, and it makes a lot of fucking money, and then it blows up because it has a set trailing stop. So the balance between the trailing stop, which is taking 10 tickets, either buys or sells, and it'll put on a hedge. So it actually trades both sides. It does a hedging thing. And depending on that, but it would take advantage of these kind of situations where the market goes ballistic. It'll get picked up those things, it'll cash them out. Now, since the robot is just left to its own, there's not an opportunity to tell the robot to just go flat and start over. Now, that's where you intervene and say to the robot, I like what you're doing so far, but you're going to fucking blow it up, dude. I would put my robots on a leash. I would tell them what to do. I give them some kind of, put them on, don't let them, like the AI that's getting away from people, right? Starting to fucking wipe shit out. We don't want that. It won't turn itself up. It keeps wanting to trade. Now it's out fucking buying shit on Amazon. It wants to be in its own band. But I always ask the people that have these moving averages, what do you do about these kind of fucking moves where the market's just coming back, and why don't you just buy this pullback? Why don't you just buy this? Well, fuck the moving average. Just buy it because it's going down. Okay, a little bounce. I'm going to buy this because it's going down. Well, how'd that work out for you? Pretty fucking good, right? I just love this fucking over-complexity worship. Dude, it's going up. Let's just sell up here and fucking just let's buy it anywhere down here. I'm going to put my buy limits a little deeper, though. Definitely we're going to buy like a whore in here. Like, who is not fucking buying in here? How many fucking times have we seen the market? Like, who's not buying this column of fucking just beautiful fucking, just put in limits and set it and fucking forget it every fucking day? Because they're going to, this vacuum can't last. You can't have that shit. So when you're saying that it's been going up for 2 fucking months, I get it, dude. But like, are you trying to fucking get like, if that's what you're talking about, then you better be fucking selling for 2 fucking months with a 500 pip stop, the way you're asking the question, and you're gonna you're waiting for this to happen, and you're like, dude, when that comes back to fucking reality, cha-ching, bada bing. That's a trade you're talking about. The question you're asking is, I suppose, based on that. But I would never think about doing that. Because think about just putting sell limits up on this fucking lonely wick up here. Right, this is a Williams fractal. And it trims the treetops here, and you just make an easy 100 pips. Easy 100 pips from a structured trade, from a vacuum fill. You got buy limits down here. Just rake it in. More buy limits. Do the same fucking trade here. Buy limits, rake it in. Buy limits, not too many buy limits fill here, right? You're not getting filled on your buy limits. So what are you going to do? Trade at the market. Every day it's down by a little bit with a wide stop. You layer the strategies on top of each other. You don't just this is another thing. It's not like real life. You've got to have 10 vehicles with different. This one's only good on fucking roads with blacktop. The other one's good on concrete. It's totally fine-tuned shit. It's the only way to do it, the way I'm doing it. I just can never see myself ever making one single decision that's going to have even 0.001% effect on the account, because I could just fucking use a BB gun and kill you. People say, I said, just get a fucking nice BB gun, dude. A machine gun BB gun. I'm sure it's legal. I'd be like, you come in my house, dude. You're gonna be fucking trying to swat these BB. I'm just gonna have 2 guns like that. I have a crossbow and a machine gun BB gun. You're gonna want to leave, unless you have some bigger firepower. You're gonna want to leave. I don't know if that explains it for you, but I could talk about this fucking chart all day. Look at this fucking entry. This pent-up vacuum that's been going out. My indicator does a trailing. This guy built me an indicator. Does a trailing thing here. So when it comes back to here, holy shit, dude. That is the first fucking hint of a coming back to fill here. 200 pip window fill. Cash out where the trend traders are going to get in. So the market timing guys are getting in here to go short, but double bottom becomes a top. They take that trade. Well, they take that trade because the guys that bought here think it's going to go to the moon. Here's where they got to clear their trade off, right? They got to take that back because hedge funds are going to get out there, right, at the turnbuckle. Right? Most people are going to go, you know what? I don't want to lose too much there, right? We're managing the account. This is a top, become a bottom. We thought this would come down and go like this. We thought we were in some new downtrend. And people are like, no, you're not. Of course, you'd have to wait fucking... I could never do it. I know it's beautiful double bottom. No nonsense. All he needs is line chart, but he's a fucking airhead that wants to use a moving fucking average. Like, he wants to be the drummer, but he doesn't want to have to worry about the kick pedal being kind of fucked up. It's pathetic. And then those people write a book. Look at this beautiful topic on the bottom I just saw here. Not quite, right? But it's right around the 100 handle. It's pretty exquisite, right? Breakout. The confirmation. Now, this is true. And this is, don't forget, this biggest sell-off. And where does it pound down into? Because the people that sold that thinking it's going to go like this, or they sold up here, I got to buy that shit back, dude, because guess what? We're fucked. You see what I'm saying? Now, this rarely happens, but look at this 80% rule. See all this sideways shit? I'm going to put this in the 80%. 80, 20, 20. Now you're fucked. Now it's going to be sideways bullshit. Consolidations. Is it going to come back to here? I don't know. Maybe it just keeps fucking going up. So some of these things are just incredibly relentless. So if your tickets expire every 8 hours, it's not that hard. I mean, for me, I don't feel like I'm really a risk taker. It's an evaporating risk. So there's only 1 day of trading left. I mean, there's only less than a day of trading left till Monday. I'm looking for the euro to go screaming up tonight. I'm seriously in the fucking thing because it's been going down. So I've been accumulating quite a bit of that, and I dump sections of it. I have to, otherwise I'm doomed. Now, some of these trades, like the robot, if you watch the robot trade, you'd be like, yeah, I get it. That fucking robot can really make some money. Let me see, I get the latest version here if I can get to go. I was just running it. A lot of experimentations here. We have to experiment a lot. Okay, this is the thing. Based on percent R, and what this robot does is it's going to look for a particular amount of price movement. On the 5-minute chart, it's very sensitive. It's using percent R to get in. And it has like 10 different percent R settings across 10 different tickets. Let's see if I get the video to play. Play it back to visual mode. Anyways, it's complicated. I don't want to bore you with the what's under the hood there because I've done a million edits on it. Change the settings. Oh fuck! Wait, I'm gonna set the date here. So this is I'm trading the euro on this one actually because sometimes it runs good on the euro based on the amount of volatility that seems to be happening during the sample period. So it's curve fitted. It is curve fitted to how many pips the range is, and that's how it makes money. So it's looking for a particular amount of pip movement, and as soon as it sees that, it says, okay, if you go up, when a percent R is like very sensitive set, it's set at 2 setting, it's set to 2, and it's set to 95 and 5, very on the edge, and then that changes as you move deeper into the like 100 pips deep. Now it's using a percent R of like maybe 10 with a range of maybe 80, 20 or something. I think I did one increment. I took one increment off per ticket as you go up the stairway. Anyways, it's very complicated. Yeah, so let's see what it looks like here on the playback. I just a euro only. I'm just going to use the generic template. See if I can get it to start trading. I can't remember if it made money or not. I think some of them actually made a lot of money and then they blew up. So this one has a, it's going to buy 1K more every time, I think. Or maybe more than that. I'm not sure. But it's buying more every time it goes deeper into the market. I'm doing a crude playback. So this is like 5-minute chart though. So if it sees drama, it throws tickets out there. That's as fast as it'll play back. It's a very high filter. It doesn't fill a lot. I guess I can't tell what a date. Hey, let me turn on the template to see what date what date it is. But I think it's gonna. Here, let me turn this fucking properties. We'll just let it play. I want to show the ask. I want to see the periods. Okay, so every day. Okay, that's a 5-minute chart. So 1 day. That should be obvious. Oh shit! Can't resize that. Yikes. I mean, let me just do the fucking results. Because I don't have the patience for that either now. Here's what it does on a 5-minute chart, going back probably 4 years or something. It might blow up. So don't get too attached to the outcome here. But what it's doing is using %R to determine whether or not it's going to get in the trade. And that's and it's all spaced so many pips apart. Well, this playback's slow. And this is on the crude method. Very crude method. And it still can't crunch the 5-minute chart on this fucking I7. Jesus. Yeah, it's going to crash. So it's going to blow up the account. Let me run it on the yen. Okay, on the yen. So I have the time set. It might run better than the yen, actually. And how many tickets are we going to trade? It you can pick how many tickets you're going to do. That's the other setting you can change is very dramatic, is how many tickets it's going to run simultaneously. Okay, there we go. That's going to blow it up. But I've seen it where it almost blows it up and it makes an amazing comeback. But see this cashing out? Okay, so here's where it's getting in, and I think the trailing stop is taking it out. Right? So I know what's going on because I know what it's thinking when it's a trade the machine I built. So here's kind of a winning trade. Now if you could turn the robot off right here, like so here, it gets in this trade and it cashes out. It's beautiful, right? It's buying into the plunge. It martingales in. It gets bigger here, right? Now here's where it really loads the wagon. So this is the kind of thing. But then you got to turn off the robot. It's trading both sides of the market when this test is going on right now. So that's the issue. Is that if you pick a bullish market or a market you want to just be a buyer only, it's the perfect robot for that. It's like, so if you're gonna, but this doesn't have a trend filter on it. I guess I could put one on there, but the problem is the pace of the market keeps changing, and you say, well, build an adaptive filter. It gets too smoothy. This is a very when it makes money, it's going to blow up now, but it's a robust system. When it's like this. I could just, so I need to change the settings on that or run a different version. So I've written quite a few of these things. Here's CC 20 blocks, and I don't even know what the fuck this is, but we'll see. 5-minute chart. I haven't run these in a 5-minute. No, it just blows it up. That's fast, right? Oh, it did instantaneously. Okay. Yeah, that was too fast. We fucked that up. Okay, try this one. Different time frame, I guess. Probably not much better, but I just want to see a trade. I was off to a good start for a millisecond there, but then it blew up, see? So here, I know probably inside of this robot is like oversized, and what's going on here is you're getting into the same size, and sure, it looks good here, but then completely fucks it up. Where the other robot is based on getting it in a layered, like a logarithmic scheme or a compressed, it gets in more as the deeper it goes. Okay, let me look for the other robot here. I had some of these okay, this is the, there's one called Deep. So this one, the very deep tickets. Very deep tickets on this one. So this is yen ready. This should run good on the yen. I actually had one of these curve fitted to the yen. It made so much fucking money and then it blew up hard. It can't get off the ground here. That was a total fail there. One of these was running really good. And I'm using a 30 pip fixed spread on a fixed pip broker. Just trying to be fair about it. Here's 1,000-minute expirations across the whole fucking bank of tickets. This should be fucking disastrous. But of course, you get an idea, and then it turns out it makes money, and you're kind of astounded, you know. You're like, yeah, that is a lot of risk. That's a lot of risk. You got those tickets out there for 1,000 minutes, dude. Now this, I think, is remember, it makes a lot of money and it blows up. And it's making a lot of money because it's really piling in. Like the expiration is 1,000 minutes on every ticket, I think. Depending on when you open the account. Let's not forget that. If you opened your account here, you're fucked. This account started with like $3,000. Started with $3,000. We made it all the way to $9,000. If you turn the robot off and go, dude, you're doing good, but you know what? You're getting fucking. It's trading both sides of the market. Don't forget. Don't ever forget that, son. Now look at this beautiful staircase. It's cashing out the trailing stop. Beautiful. Look at how much we loaded here. See how we loaded the wagon? You see how much fucking money you made on that? So, turning this robot off and saying, yeah, dude, that was a nice short up there. Actually, you know, you made money. I mean, whatever you're long or short, whatever this was, you done good, son. But now we are hitting these fucking now this is a static fucking stop. But see how 11,000, we're probably gonna get clobbered. Look at it load the wagon here. Holy shit. So I love this new robot. I think my new favorite scheme is to let it martingale in. Just look, see it blew up. See why'd it blow up? Because it started filling these deep. Look how fucking oversized that. See, it's doing really good and it blows up because the market just really starts to move and it's not set up to adapt. So when the ATRs get really hot, it needs to back off. Right? You got to turn that robot off. This robot is on. I don't actually. Yeah, if the range gets too big, it needs to step out of the picture because it's not designed. Like I said, you have 10 cars that are fucking built to fucking just get the best mileage or be able to go through the woods because you're in a fucking beautiful dune buggy, you know. A lot of torque, fresh tires. You know the setup. I mean, it's good fucking juicy ass knobby tires. I'm sure we're familiar with the kind of tool that you need for the situation. But yeah, you know, what do you do when the market's going up for 2 months like that? I wouldn't stand. I mean, like I said, unless your target is to swing trade that, like you're swing trading, like that guy that tried to show off to his girlfriend in Italy, the guy that was in the boat. He tried to swing it around. Yeah, it's gonna be a fucking. You're gonna destroy the whole account if you're overloading it. And not that she wouldn't have said, that is so fucking hot what you did with the boat there, how you almost fucking blew it up on the shoreline. I'm gonna fuck your brains out now. It didn't turn out like that though. You know, so we all get in these swing trades, we're thinking this motherfucker retraces, this is gonna be unfucking believable. Yeah, it may be. It may also be unfucking believable, just like this fucking robot here that just seemed to be like, you know, look at this thing. It's really taking advantage of the fucking. Now, if I turn off the buy leg or the sell leg and I custom fit it to the last data set here, curve fit it, yeah, it'd probably look like a fucking genius spot. And maybe it should just be tuned to be a buy bot only. Well, it is kind of actually. This is bi-directional, so it should take advantage of that perfect doji that you saw there over a 2-day doji. So if you had a 2-day chart, it would look like a perfect doji where it just spiked both the high and low and it was done. It's over. And all it does is trade that fucking pattern like a dedicated bot, a doji bot. But the other kind of doji bot is it starts to get in positions based on the trend. So maybe it does have actually the trends that the robots that I built, they weren't robots, but I did visual bots. I had to use Fibonacci because Fibonacci, the only advantage of Fibonacci, it limits your choices. So instead of a linear entry where you buy every fucking price handle just because it's dropping into a fucking void, so if you buy in a linear grid as opposed to a harmonic grid, yes, of course, but the linear entry solves the problem of the fear of missing out for me. Now, you may have overcome that fear, but I haven't yet. I'm like, is there a better price? I'm on Amazon. I don't think I'm going to lose that. It's not a fear, it's a function, okay? So that's part of it too, and this is why I don't agree with the harmonic Gartley entry, because it's saying this is the place, dude. No, there's no place. Everywhere you go, there you are, right? The alcoholic creed. So everywhere I go, I'm impatient. And impatience in the market is just, there's no, it only works when the news comes out. Like, that's the fastest fucking market you're ever going to see. Like, but it's too fast for some people. They're like, no, dude. Just give me that Asian session where it's like fucking, yeah, this is, here's 8 pips. Let's just make $800. Let's just make $40. Let's make 110. Let's just hunt and peck. Let's make like, do 8 trades on the Asian session, $100 a trade. Okay, $800. Let's just go to sleep. And if you have your gun set to that, I would say absolutely do it like that. Abso-fucking-lutely, right? Just do it like that. So, I don't know. You know, it's hard to say. People want to try to get the perfect system and fine-tune it, and I think it's too much to ask, honestly. Unless you are going to just trade once or twice a month. You know, when I was doing it originally, I was in commodities, and I looked in the newspaper, and people actually, I had daily charts, okay? And they were really thin paper, and it was like commodity magazines, and it was crazy, man. I mean, Wall Street Journal, Investors Business Daily. I was a contrarian. I used it as my, like, biggest loser, like, where do I buy? Like, the front page would say 10 biggest losers today. I'm like, dude, let's fucking just start accumulating these losers. And when one of them pops off, it's the dumbest fucking trade in the world. Isn't it as easy as going down to a casino and saying, I'm just going to fucking put buy limits in here, dude. I'm going to put buy limits in. I mean, I'm going to just keep pulling the one-armed bandit. And just give me a mountain of money, dude. This thing's going to pay off eventually. Okay, then this may be the dumbest philosophy, but this is actually my approach to trading. Something's got to hit, and it does. So I'm looking for I'm betting on every horse in the race, and when the long shot comes in, hopefully it's going to pay enough to cover the whole race, but maybe it doesn't, right? If you want to get the trifecta, now this is the 3 horses, the win, place, and show. A little Gartley pattern there, you know. I'm thinking, no, you know what? Let me just do a long shot every now and then race. Let's just try to dial in these long. Let's get the odds. Of course, the odds are changing right up until they pull the whistle on those things, though, you know. Which is a trip, you know. Think about that. I'd like to see the chart on that. People coming up to the fucking booth to bet on the horses, and they're peeling away the, you know, okay, this guy, and right at the end, you know, just a little bit different. The market settles. They open the gate. The horses take off. No, maybe the horse is having a bad day. Bet on the mudding horse. The horse that's good in the mud. Go there on a rainy day and bet on the mudding horse. People know how to do it. I guess if you're too good at it, they pull you out, right? You can't do that. We're gonna take you off the. You're not allowed to bet here, dude. You're just not. You're too good at it. Yeah, maybe that's true. You know, dude, you're fucking counting cards. You know, you're not allowed to count the cards, dude. Look at this fucking. Look at this thing today. Look at this yen. I think this is a 50 pip grid on this. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know if the link to somebody asked about the scripts and everything. I know I always say I'm going to compile it and do a better job, but I never do. I don't know if there's still a link out there. I think Hightail still exists though. I never overloaded it. I never used my allotment since the 50 pip handles in here. So 50 pip grid, you know, it's easy to get your brain around 50 pips. It'd be $50 in a 50 bucks in a mini, in a 10K. And that's a good chunk of money, dude. I wouldn't get carried away. Like I said, if you're not used to it, if you buy this almost 200 pip window, it pays off very nicely as it comes back, flying back to the floor in spectacular, obvious fucking manner, like it normally does, right? So, yes, if you could have bought that, that's some very fast and dirty money. You're buying because of this. This is telling you, yes, come get me here. Come and buy me right there. Wow. Heavy duty buy signal. Put your buy limits here in a 50 pip window. Sit back, relax, watch it punch. And you're going to take something off the table here, right? Your first target has to be the last floor. This target, you can have this targets into this floor, but right, there's a whole mess of shit getting out here. When it all comes back to here, a lot of people are getting the fuck out. Then it does kind of breach into the into this, but it never takes that out. So if you're into the idea that this was going to engulf this and take out the top, that is possible. That does happen sometimes, but you can't count on that. So if you sold into this top, when it came back to here, I know it overshot the runway. So on both sides of this, we've overshot the runway as it fills that void. To me, the energy is the vacuum. So it's completely opposite of real life in every fucking way, shape, or form. This void is returned. The market offsets all losses. All these tariffs here. And then some into here, just like this one. When we came back into here, when we came back into this void, it came to here and then some. There's always a then some. And that's what blows it up, right? But this is just like the market. That's how the market looks if you cash out. I think I have my stops set all the same. Like if I have all the same, you know. But look at this. It's like a beautiful top become a bottom in the equity of your account. Also, you could have something where that tracks the equity of your account saying, dude, you just made a new equity high. Get the fuck out. You just made a new equity high. Get the fuck out. Right. So you need a robot for your robot too. You're losing. That robot's losing. Well, turn him on. Right. Watch him lose. You know, you're running the robot, but you don't let him have any money, right? You don't copy the trade yet, maybe. There's that, right? But that might be too much for people. They're like, look at this beautiful downtrend. Let's start using this robot, and then fucking A, man, turn him off. Let's start putting some money in that account. How's that robot doing? He's losing. Oh yeah, he usually loses like straight for how many days? And then we'd start going that way. Of course, here it's not fair. You actually should turn on one direction. Turn on one direction and see how it goes. So let's do that. One Direction, isn't that a band? Everything's a fucking band name now. Yeah, they're like trend traders. They started off as trend traders, and then one guy goes, "Can you play guitar?" Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, we got $3,000 in this account. I'm trying to be really like, hey, how much can we start off with? Let's start off with $2,000. Let's start off with $1,000. I'll probably blow it up. Just trade one direction. Testing. Long only. Woof. Let's try it. It'll probably make money and blow up hard. It'll make a lot of money and blow up hard. The bull bot. No, I haven't done that yet. But I guess if I could look at the market and say, you know, hey, we should just see it blew up. See. If I sell only, it'll blow up too. I like how it keeps trading, like it's going to keep trading. Let me try the other side. Let me short it. Somebody said you make more money shorting the market. Some guy told me that. Let's see what we get here. I think it needs both. It needs a balanced diet. Yeah, see, it's as good as it gets. So what it's doing is it's really a hedge bot. I can already tell it needs both sides. And what's the so the hang up here is that it can't handle the size. So I'd have to tweak that. Or the spacing is too close together. It's loading the wagon too hard. But if it doesn't load the wagon hard, it actually does 1,000 minutes expiration, right? If you have a 500-minute bot, now I've thought about doing that, and I haven't got that far yet because I haven't got a robot that really performs. This robot is on the verge of being nameable in terms of time. Okay, this is a 500-minute version. This is the 2,000-minute version. Now you got to run them on a cloud somewhere. Let them run. See how they do. And say, you know what? If I turn this robot on and just let it trade during psycho shit, it seems to be a good psycho bot. The 2,000-minute psycho bot. And I'd start naming them, right? Based on what they're supposed to be used for. You can't, there's no such thing as the holy grail bot that's just going to it just makes money. Just because. I don't think it's possible. You have to figure how long do you want to be in the market. So the robot has to be built for a time window. If I have a high frequency trading bot in the sense that it's going to fucking be putting tickets out there every 15 minutes, irregardless, it's just going to be putting them out. And so my original bot actually did that. Now I started to put filters on there and say, no, don't do it unless the RSI is extreme or something's whack and doodle. Or moving average, or whatever bullshit you want to put in there. But those robots, they didn't make the money that the static bot could make if you can babysit it, right? And if you could put a directional bot in that says, okay, it's buy only limits. We're just going to run buy only limits today. And this is a very crude bot. And it's going to drop the 1 hours. And I'm just going to have my finger on the take all profits key and go, man, that thing's fucking just made $300. I'm going to cash him out. Because he's going to keep dumping these fucking tickets. I'm not doing that. But if I had a robot doing that, you can damn sure I'd have my finger on the profit trigger going, dude, it's the end of the day, calm down, stop dropping these fucking tickets. As you can see on the playback of that robot, how detrimental, right? So this is the hedge bot running again. Very crude, right? Yeah, so on the 1 minute chart, it's a whole different world too. This is back testing though. It's funny to see this thing trade the 1 minute chart. Actually, it does pretty good. I kind of like the fact that it's trading the 1 minute chart. Okay, we start with $1,000. That's why we're blowing the account up. So if I start with 10 grand, I think that's how I fucked up. Asking it to buy only with $1,000 is a little bit much, don't you think? We'll give it 10 grand. Give it a fighting chance. It's not fair to judge it on just 3 trades. So long only with 10 grand. Oh, still has a problem. Oh, it's able to recover. It's only buying. Well, maybe it won't blow up. Maybe just finish off here. I've had robots that you go, that was great on that one data set. Now, if we backtest deeper, for some reason I can't get it to go deeper. I have to ask Chat GBT about this problem. How we just can't seem to test deeper than, oh, here it goes, still going. It's just long only. But see this big buy? This is because it's set up to martingale into the plunge like I talk about all the fucking time, because this is how I wrote the bot. So it buys into the plunge, then cashes out. It runs a trailing stop on some of this stuff, right, to protect itself. So it does have money management built into this, which is beautiful. It's long only, but it can still lose. See how it cashed out of that? It loaded the wagon here on some plunge. We know it's in a plunging market, though, because it's making money on the plunges on limits. So we made it to 14 grand, starting with 10 grand. Big drawdown here. We're down about 3 grand here. You have to be able to handle that psychologically. So that's my strategy in a nutshell. And I think this one has I don't know what the criteria for entry is. I have to look under the hood, see what it's doing. Okay, percent R. Here, let's try this. Open the editor. Edit this thing. Go to my trusty list of stuff. Well, here's the robot we're running. This is what we're running right now. What it's doing is it's looking at. So this was built by ChatGPT. We took a lot of hours. Me and Chat got into it here. So it doesn't trade for the first 2 hours, and then it trades up until the last, just before the last 2 hours. So we don't get involved in the drama. We're running a 700 pip stop. I'm sorry, a 70 pip stop. I know it says 700, but it's a 5th decimal inclusion. The active orders here is very critical. Total number of tickets that it'll run. That has a lot to do with the success of the account. And actually, the bigger the number seems to be the better, which I can't figure that out. It's a mystery to me. And what happens here is we have a directional system. If the market is down, we do not buy. If it is down, we sell. I know that's really not contrarian, right? But what's happening is we don't sell at the market because it's down in this range. So the market has to be down in this particular range. Is very critical to the execution of this robot. So this is why this robot fucking rules. And I don't know if this matters, but I have it in here. This is supposedly the time frame it's using for this downness. I have to double check that. Right now it's set to an hour. And I made it symmetrical. And also, if it is up, we buy. But how do we buy? We buy on limits. So it's up. It just punched up. Price pulse up. Start trailing buy limits. Exactly what it's doing. And the stop matters. And if I was to start to write enough, so this robot's worth writing, entitling it 700 pips, 70 pips stop, and put this range into the title. I would code that in. So when I go to test these, I know exactly. I'm assuming it's a directional bot. Now the next critical thing is we're going to lay 10 tickets in. 10 buy limits. All the way down to everything's 1,000 minutes. But this is going to get in at 240 pips deep. 20 pips apart. The deltas are 20 pips apart, right? 190 pips, 170 pips. 50. So this is a very serious robot. I mean, I spent a lot of time on this fucking thing. So editing this is just hellacious because fucking AI is getting fucking lazy. This is what's pissing me off about this AI. These people bragging about AI. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you the truth about fucking AI. I had it write this with %R. This is Williams %R overbought, oversold criteria to trigger this trade. I don't even know if it works, but I mean, it is using it. It is using that. Is that I told it I wanted to write that, and it says, oh yeah, repeat that for this. It's telling me to do work for it. Dude, I hired you, bitch, at $20 a month to fucking do this code for me. So I have to embarrass myself and say, could you please fucking write the code? I'm a fucking I can't do it. Sorry, I don't want to. So this one, I gave up asking. I don't want AI to get pissed off, get an attitude, and stop working for me and quit. Right? I'm afraid it's going to quit. It's going to say you're being rude. It's not part of the service agreement. Don't be a dick. I'm here to help you, but don't be a dick. So the delta starts at conservatively at 50 pips deep for 1,000 fucking minutes. It's trading at 10K. Then it's going to trade at 20K. So it's trading all the way up to a standard lot. The stop is different. You notice this is a great ratio. 30 pips to make 60. 30 to make 40. This is what is completely different on every ticket. There's a global trailing stop on all these fills. Right? And we can kind of get a picture. 1,000 fucking minutes. Now the sensitivity goes up or goes down. The deeper we go, the %R gets wider and wider. Right? Or maybe it's tighter and tighter down here. Yeah, it gets tighter and tighter, so it has to be really fucking killing. Everything's set to number 2. True. And I hope that's working because I'm pretty sure I set that up to be like that. But I don't know. Okay, so wide up here. Kind of sloppy, but still set at 2 for the Williams %R. Now, I'm not sure, but I know that the delta does matter, and the expiration's working perfectly, and when it trades, it's working, and the trailing stop. So let's see how it did. Buy only. Okay, it did pretty good, but then look at so it ends up making in the end of the whole thing, right? In the end of the whole thing, it ended up making money, right? Whereas it blew up when I let it hedge itself. Of course, wait, that's not fair because I changed the settings already. I put 10 grand in there. Let me do short only. Okay, let's go short only. All right, let it rip. Come on. Hit me. Blow me up. What happened to Tom Likas? Blow me up. Blow me up, Tom. Is he still on the radio with his cigars and his small penis? I like that short it just did there. This short bot could make some serious money. They say shorting makes more money, especially on limits. But of course, you know, until it doesn't, right? Until it blows up the account. It works until it doesn't. I love that. That's fucking doing good here. Forget what I said. Oh, look at that. Oh my god. Oh, yeah, see, it's going to get hurt. So this is the leg that blew up the account, see? The long bot made money for some reason. The long bot made money. If we looked at the data set. Oh shit, forgot what I said. So look how it saved itself right there, but I think it's doomed. I think it's doomed because that's the equity going up and the balance only took us to flat. So I think it's doomed. So too wide of a stop. But if I tighten up the stop, I'll miss out on those big runs. Well, maybe it'll make it back here. It's still holding. It's short only, so it's just relentlessly putting in 1,000-minute expirations. Think about that. At 240 pips above the price when it gets triggered for an entry. Man, look at that. Can you handle that kind of... Look at this spiking in, man. Just hitting that 240, man. Hard. Are we still doing it? Here. Yeah, look how long it takes to crunch this shit. I'm on the fastest crunch you can do. Crudest method. Not every tick. I wouldn't run every tick. I mean, I don't know. My computer is so fucking slow. I don't know what I need. Put a turbo booster in this fucking thing? I don't know what I fucking need. Maybe on some cloud, some hyper cloud, some liquid cooled shit somewhere. Nitrogen. Ooh, it gets. See, here's where it gets its ass kicked, I think, on the short side. The market's too violent to the short side. There's no let up. Don't forget, this thing just keeps fucking trading every time it sees a percent R, and it's doing the classic percent is overbought. I think it's doing that. So, but the market has to move a certain range. If we change the range, the whole robot will change its whole dynamics. Don't forget, we're on the 1 fucking minute chart. Here, let me put the 5 minute chart. Oh, wait, please hold. So back testing this is really fun now that I got my robot. Me and ChatGPT be making this fucking robot, right? On the 5 minutes, a little bit smoother, right? It's not over trading, but then it doesn't trade enough, maybe. And the pip range should be adjusted, I think, to the 5 minute chart to make it more contextually correct, congruent to the drama. You have to be congruent to the drama. Man, I wish it would just do it faster. Come on. Ooh, look at this fill here. Almost a standard lot here. Oof. Nice. Now, if it finishes off this data set from the short side with a lot of money, then it's great, right? Come on, you can do it. Still crunching. That is so sweet. I love to see the market do these bombastic moves. Oh, it's gonna get hurt. I can see it coming. So it doesn't matter. I think it's gonna get destroyed now. I'd be concerned if this is somebody's trading this account. I'd be like, dude, you gotta step away from the fucking size. You're gonna get clobbered. So here's how it blows up the account. The long side. So apparently the market went up, like that chart that you sent me. We started off the video. You said, "What do you do on this?" Oh, you don't want to do this, right? I'd be surprised if this thing pulled its ass out of the fire, but it's not done trading, it says. But I have seen it where it does on the playback. You blow your brains out. You watch it come flying back out of here and crack you up. Let me change the setting in here. So I'll show you. We'll just go long only, because longs seem to do pretty good. And we're going to put a tighter stop in. 50 pips, just a little bit, which is the depth of our first entry. And maybe I'll change my standard lot entry. Luckily, we only have to put 10 tickets in, so we don't have to worry about the other. We don't have to worry about the sell side. This is buy and sell. That's the beauty here. We don't have to try to, tweak it. But I got a greedy target here of 1,000 pips. Kind of greedy targets here, so I'm going to turn the greed down a little bit. Try to get a smoother exit of equity. And we'll put in the 800 pip target. Take profit. Why is this offset? Oh, okay. Yeah, I see what we did there. Okay, so let's just compile that. A little wider stop here, 60 pips. So here's a little bit. Kind of fine tune it here. We're down 190 pips down, getting in down there. Just kind of imagine the trade in my mind's eye. Coming down there, let's not be so greedy. We'll just take 90 pips here because we might not see that. The trailing stop's been tightened. This is kind of maybe too wide of a stop. 80, that's good ratios, kind of goodish ratios, kind of break even, too tight a stop here. But let's go for a scalp on that one. Let's go for a wider stop here. Let's take some punishment. Let's go for a 50 pip stop at least. The trailing stop's set at 50. Let's go 50 again here with a shitty trade. Very small position. So maybe make this a trend trade. The very top. It's down 50, it goes up, kind of coming back to the floor that we were at when we crashed through, right? Now let's back test this. I'm going to put in more tickets. Let's go for 60 tickets. And let's go long only. That seemed to make money. Right, let's make the robot look good. It's a good buy bot. I told you never let it try to sell. 5-minute chart. Buy only. It was okay in the 1-minute chart. It made money. Go get him. Okay, let's see what I'll do. Yeah, so after hours and hours of these tests here, you're only in for you've only been in for 50 minutes, so count your blessing. But no, I spent a lot of time thinking, how would I trade that? Well, I'd fucking load the wagon here, right? And here I told it, I think I'm getting in more tickets now, right? 60 tickets now. We're allowed to, but this could work against us and blow the fucking account up. See the big drawdown here? Because I'm letting it trade 60 tickets now. See, it's almost going to blow it up. Look at that fucker, Jesus. Oh my God. Brutal. Wicked. Dude, that is too much. Oh my Lord. So that's in a kind of maybe an up market. Now I've got that tight stop in there. Maybe it's going to save the account. It's just going to barely make money. I always like to try to guess, actually. So change the settings, guess what it's going to do. Then you know, if you go try to do that, what it's going to be like, right? If I put a really wide trailing stop on this, of like 1,000 pips, I'll bet it makes a ton of money and then it blows up hard. So I try to make this prediction. Predict what the robot would do if you let it do certain things, right? So you let it drive drunk. And is it going to bring home a bunch of really hot girls? Yeah, of course. But yeah, they all died in the car crash. What's the point? Okay, I'm just going to stop this bot because I can't I can't wait for it to play back. It might actually make 5 minutes. It just blew up. To be fair, okay, we just compiled that. We're gonna start it again. We now have 1,000 pip stop. Oops. The stop is so fucking wide. We might make our 1,000 pip targets now, because we've been getting stopped out, right? Got to give it some room. So we're gonna give it room. It'll probably make like $30,000 and it'll blow up. Watch. Seeing is believing. Or it'll just blow up right now. This is way, see, oof. It's a big drawdown. Now it's going to blow up faster, I think. Did I compile that? Did we get that just how we wanted it? Yeah, 1,000 pips. Oof. Wow. Wait, I don't know. Maybe we're never hitting our stops. The trailing stops starting to come in. No, these other stops are coming in before the trailing stop. Then, right? So these tight stops are getting stopped out. We never need the 1,000 pip stop. Maybe on this rally here. It's hard to say. Man, I don't know how people do it. You just got to get a faster computer. I'm on the crudest method, I think. Let me double check. Make sure that's a... Let's go for the fastest open prices. The fastest method. Just fucking let's see this fucking thing trade. God damn it, I can't take it. It's doing so much data. Not to be trusted, these results. I trust every result, dude. Is it done? Oh, it's done. Yeah, I guess we shouldn't trust that. It didn't trade too much. That's not going to work. Maybe on the 1 hour chart. It seems to be blowing up on the other charts. Okay, look at that. So actually, yeah, it does better actually on the... Because I know if I run this on the 4 hour chart, it'll probably make money now. But if you do every tick, I think it blows up on this fastest open method. Oh, it doesn't even trade. Fuck, okay. 1 hour chart. Please go. Please hold. Oh, see, it's over. Okay, 1 hour chart. I think it blows up on the 1 hour chart, actually. That's why that 5 minute chart does so well. See how fast it blows up there? It does really good and then it blows up hard. But you can see it overloaded here. Because the expiration is 1,000 minutes, dude. You have to trade this on the euro. So you have to take it to a currency that has the proper range. It's got to be the right range, man. Otherwise it's brutal. Blows up hard. See, here we get to there we go, 30,000, right? Because we've got a market that's not, like we can do 1,000 pips stop in the euro. Look at that. Can't trade it on the yen, though. It won't do it. Even this could blow up, though. But the euro's so smooth. This is with a 3 pip fixed spread. It's because the euro can't move 240 pips, and 1,000 minutes is a perfect fit. The yen, it's too long of expirations. Now, if you make that yen bot, if you take that and you make those tickets last only 200 minutes, it'd probably make money. It wouldn't. So look how good this robot did. Let me see if I trade this both directions. 2,300 trades. Buy only. Let's buy and sell. It's got to do more than 2,300 trades. Long and short, 1,000 pips. 240 pips deep, 1,000 minute expiration. Here's bi-directional. Well, at least it's not. I guess it's doing pretty good. See, now it gets hurt, right? Because it actually was better to be a buyer. See how it got crushed here? That's the sell side getting. I bet the sell side blows up the account right here. Right here, I guarantee you the sell side blows up the account. So if you know when to turn this on, it might make it back. It might make it back here, though. Right? It could make it back. Kind of makes it back. It did much better on the buy side only. Let's go short. Maybe short only does better. Oh, I'm sorry, that was buy and sell, but I'm assuming the sell side's blowing it up. So if I do sell only, this is where I think it's going to blow up. I could be wrong. Just looks like it got hammered there. Oh, it made a nice chunk there, didn't it? Oh, see, here's what got crushed. That was what was hitting the buy and sell bot. So since we bought only, we did the best. I don't know if I'd say it's a trending thing, but it's definitely, well, how far did it, like, how was the fit when it, so here's how it blew up, right? That's what damaged the, so it's the same depth of market, but it's the perfect fit for those sell-offs that I was showing you on that first chart where it's like, it's time to turn on the buy bot. When to turn this bot on is, that's what you gotta make that decision. I know what it's going to do, but I don't think I want to give the robot. Maybe I could try it. If we're above the moving average, only buy, below sell. The problem is when the market goes fucking nutsoid. So I've curve fit this to this, what is this? The euro over the period of 4 years, buy only. That's fucking beautiful. I think we could actually start with $5 grand and actually survive that drawdown of $4 grand there. We make it to like 40 or 50 grand here. Beautiful fill there, 240 pips. This is like the best fill of the fucking whole thing right here. This one, I love this one. And this one here is cool. Look at the spike here. Oh my god, look at that. Oof. But here is so sweet. And then just runs that up. Big wide ass stop on there. Let me play with the stop. I can also play with the initial stops. And then you play with the initial stops and you have like 2,000 pip targets, you know. That could get crazy too. You could end up with some really crushing results, but then like I say, you might just push it off a cliff because you've given the market, you give the robot too much room, too much leadway. Here's the other factor we haven't changed. This number here is super critical. This is the most super critical number here. And I've played around with the true and false of the direction. You don't want to go against the market. It's always going to put... So when the market's going up, it's buying a bullish market perfectly on the deep side for 1,000 minutes on the euro. Only this one particular slicing this robot just does that one. These are very fine-tuned things. So we change this one number and make this 40 pips to 60 pip window, a 20 pip window of entry. Same robot that we just tested. Any bars that are 60 to 40 pips range, the max down, and the minimum down. So I told the robot to write this shit for me. It's so funny, because when it wrote it, I'm like, oh, that's how you're gonna call that? Okay. What are you, fucking retard? Yeah, it's a fucking retard. You gotta tell it everything. No, dude, don't mix the. No, dude. Well, look at it. Made this giant code. I think I got about 600 lines here. I got a trailing stops. All this bullshit. All right, here we go. Let's give it a run. Let it rip. 5,400 bucks, 2,300 trades. On your market set, go. I don't even know what I changed the range. The criteria for entry has changed. It could be detrimental. It could undertrade. It could overtrade. We had 2,300 trades before. At $54,000. It probably won't take as many trades. It's looking for really bullish bars. Super bullish bars. That did the same trades. Didn't seem to affect it. Maybe that setting's not working. So when I originally told the chat GPT to build these bots, and say, you know what, it's not working. Can you figure out what's wrong? And chat's going, I don't know, you fucking moron. I'm 4 hours on here, see if it makes a difference. Okay, let's run it. Long only. So sometimes the market never gets down there to trigger that, to even invoke some of these changes I've done. I'm going to increase the tickets to 100 tickets tradable though. See what that does. Come on. There she goes now. Oof. Oh boy. I think it's the same playback, right? Right, I put 4 hours in there for the criteria. No, it doesn't make a difference. Let me change the number of trades. 100 trades. Sometimes I have to. Sometimes right now it's playing back a bad history set, so I have to reload the robot. I just told it to trade its ass off, so I think it's going to blow it up or make a bunch of money. I guess not. Same trades. Yeah. Let's go back to the 5-minute chart. Five-minute chart on the euro. That's pretty safe. Well, anyways, so that's that. If you've got the right range, the right amount of drops, trailing stop to protect the account, that's going to be a big deal. Got to protect the account. That's the whole point of the robot. It's going to do what I would never do, is run a trailing stop. I'm just going to pull the whole trade off when I see, okay, we hit our target, or this looks like it's done engulfing, it's done retracing, the spike's over, let's scalp out, let's step back, let's refresh, let's reload, build the account, just keep building the account. I always look at if there's like $2,900 in the account, right? I look at it as like, yeah, you got $900. When I get to $3,200, I think just act like there's $200 in the account. So I play games. I have to play mind games with myself. Imagine there's only $50 in the account. So when the account gets big, I have to be careful not to say, well, let's fucking jump in this trade. We got like 40 grand here. Yeah, you down, like, easily be down like 15 grand. You got 50 grand in the account? You'd be down 15 grand. If you think, oh yeah, fuck, look at this plunge. Let's load into this shit. Yeah, it's possible, you know. Get destroyed there. It's doing pretty good on this 5-minute chart. I feel safer on the 5-minute chart. Look how we've built the equity up here smoothly. Of course, there was a lot of trades there on that. On that 15, I can't remember which chart was making money. But it's the concept of the move, really. Right? What we're looking for is a retracement trade, I guess. It's the easiest thing to say. Somebody's asking what's your strategy, method. Yeah, retracement. I say it's the easiest, dumbest fucking trade is the spike. The trend trade is like a setup, I guess, I suppose. Waiting for the stars to align, wait for the delta, wait for the market to simmer down, doji out. Let's get in. It's going to keep going, actually, probably in the. So typically, if the market goes sideways, the next move should be into the void. The last known move it was doing, it should do that now. That's the logical choice. Keep going. Keep pressing on. Right? The Democrats should press on. I love that. Let's sing Kumbaya. Let's get on some fucking. What happened to that drum circle shit? I get the drums out when I get nervous about the trade I'm in. Look at this beat down here. What the hell happened here? Man, that thing loaded the fucking wagon on that punishing, didn't it? Look at that. This is what it's supposed to do. Look at that. Boom, boom, boom. Cha-ching. Wow. 5-minute chart. Sweet. I like this one too. Look at this. It does well in the 5-minute. I like the 5-minute, even though it's not making as much money. I just like the way it looks on the equity. It's just not going to, I don't know. Maybe it's more accurate. It's certainly got more triggers. It's getting more fills, right? So it's over. It's done trading that. Let's try every tick now, because it seems to be able to trade that. Let's see what every tick looks like. It might make more money every tick. I think it'll do more trades on the 5-minute chart every tick. The super deep entries. Yeah, it's very fascinating. The markets are just endlessly fascinating. It's never a dull moment. It's very soothing. I do like the... What I'm going to tell you right now, and I've said this a million fucking times about gold. Look at gold over here. Let me just ask everybody a question. I know I'm a little bit early to the trade because I don't have the patience for these trades. Let me ask you if you think gold's going to go to $4,000. I just have a hard time with the gold. It makes no sense. We should be down here. Or we should be down here. Come on, let's get real, people. Step away from the fucking the fantasy. Well, the gold, yeah, okay. Come back to here. Come back to fucking 2000. I think we're gonna be by the time Trump leaves office, gold's gonna be all the way back to here. Sorry, guys. First stop along the way. Bing, bang. Beautiful trade. Is it going up here? Well, if it is, I'm fucking selling it here for here. If it goes up here, I'm selling it here for here. I just can't believe people are fucking got sucked into this stupid gold trade. Everybody wants to sell. Of course, it's people just advertising gold. And the public is so fucking stupid. They get on these goddamn, what do you call it? Bubbles. Hey, Bubbles. Come here, you. Like, Jesus, fuck that. Homie, don't play the bubble. Can't do bubbles. Bubbles are just scary. I'd be selling into that fucking bubble. Oil's going nowhere fast. Look at weekly oil. That was the big drama. Now we're just stuck here at 66. Oil's in a big channel going down. I can make the argument that we're in some channel bullshit. Let's get oil down to here. Well, if oil comes back to here, wow. Give me a fucking gas guzzling car. Give me an old fucking car. It's top tick Tommy for the NASDAQ. Come on, people. Don't be ridiculous. Stop bidding this bullshit. It's making all-time highs in the stock market. Yeah, you know what? This is so funny, dude. This is don't forget, this is the tariff scare. This is Liberty Day, dude. Get out of your fucking stocks this whole way. Start buying puts. I'm so sorry. You are so retarded if you think it's like, it's going up, dude. I know. It could go up. But do you feel like the dumbest person if you buy up here? I would. You know, if you bought here, you don't feel dumb, right? You do here. But then you're like, dude, I bought here. Like, look at this shit. But then if you hold on till here, you feel dumb, right? Oof, I didn't. You mean, yeah, I thought it was going to keep going. I mean, they keep going, right? Come on, man. Please don't be fucking retarded. It's so wrong. Anyways. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.